Just set up over real quick. Sorry, I was cooking it up in the kitchen, so if it's a little smoky, my bad. I'm into pan searing now. So
You're into what?
pan searing, like
Oh,
searing
oh,
your meat on the pan. Looking like Gordon Ramsay out here. Sorry.
awesome. No worries. Let me know whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. Is it
Cool.
good for you?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Awesome.
Cool. So I guess I want to know first a little bit about your experience last season because I know that was your first season, going through the whole thing, getting almost to the finals. Like, what was that experience like for you?
So the whole experience was pretty fast, for the most part. Get out of that light real quick. So is there a little glare on the phone or is it me?
There's a little glare, but it's not really affecting it too much.
Okay, here, my bad. All right, there we go.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. My bad about that.
No worries.
So basically, the whole experience, it was fast. For the most part, as in just like the whole reserve thing, and then even to the point of like me getting that knockout for the 6 points, and then watching Dylan get the spot right after me, literally like seconds or not seconds, but minutes right after. So it was fairly quick, and then fighting my teammate on top of that. So I think as much as I don't want to say it affected me, as part of the fight game, I think it was I think it was something that played a part of it. And I don't know, it helped me grow from it. It helped me realize that this is the fight game. This is how things work. You're gonna have to fight your teammates sometimes. You're gonna have to do some sacrifices, and I don't know. I guess it helped me mature a little bit to the thing. You know what I mean? Because I would have loved to have been in the finals and been competing for a million. And now that I have another opportunity, I definitely see it with different eyes. Um, and I'm really excited. You know?
Do you feel like maybe you have a little bit of a leg up? I know there's going to be some people coming back too, but a leg up on those that maybe are going through it the first time like you were last season. Now you've like you said you've been through everything that could possibly happen and you know how to deal with it. So you have almost a little bit of an advantage this season.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. My record is not as large as most of the guys in the tournament, but in the sense of the PFL tournament, the 6 points, I think that's a little bit different for everyone. Of course, we all want to finish the fight in the first round, but with the point aspect behind it, especially if it's a must need. He needs this, he needs that, or even in the aspect of he needs to just win the fight. Sometimes guys are fighting not to lose. I've seen it a lot happen in the PFL. Um, so I do feel like there's a little advantage, but a fight's a fight at the end of the day. And of course, I feel more at home. I've been here a little longer than some of the new guys, whether they came from UFC or Bellator or whatever the case is. Obviously, a new show is a new show. Um, and I'm just really excited for this year to start, and I can really show what I've been working on, and just the eagerness to come back and try to win that million. It's been a long. I don't know how long the layover's been, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, I wanted to know what do you guys do during that layover? Because I know like you the plus side of the season is that you know when you're going to fight and you have it's consistent, but then you have this big long off season where what do you do? Do you keep training hard or do you just train a little? Like
Yeah.
what's the time like?
Well, you try not to get too far off the course, as in not going to the gym or eating like bad dieting, or um just you try to stay, well, at least for me, I try to stay in that lifestyle of an MMA fighter. The sport is so big nowadays, it's so large, the business is is bigger than we ever thought it could be, and it's growing, where you can't just take off. Of course you want to take off, enjoy yourself, especially after a loss. You really want to go through um some little mental barriers that you're gonna that attacks you. Obviously nobody likes losing, but it's part of the game. And then physical wise, you get a little bit out of shape and stuff, because you're trying to restart your mind, and and your body ready to go again. Especially the PFL, there's these long little breaks, but these other shows, you're trying to fight every 2 to 3 months if you're healthy. So you really can't get too far off course, and you're helping teammates out with their fights because they help you with your fights. So at least at American Top Team, we try to stay encouraged, to keep working out and stuff like that. And I enjoy it, since I just turned 30 in December. Um, I realized my window's closing smaller and smaller every time. And I'm really obsessed with this thing. And I want to see how far I could really get with it with maximum effort.
So do you have sort of like, how women have the biological clock for children? You have the
Yeah.
biological clock for MMA that hits
Yeah.
at about 30?
Yeah. Or I get it sounds cliche, right? Like turning 30, like, oh, it all changed. I had it was more of a buildup. Um, I'm really I'm not sure if I want to judge myself on it, but I feel like I'm good at building up to a goal or a mindset where um I'm getting older. I want to win this thing. I need to work harder, but I need to have a sustainable lifestyle to match that. So now that I'm a little older, and it's just these small little things where it didn't matter when I was younger, whether it's like going to bed at a decent time or you know, stay away from sugars or like an actual diet. Um, Trying to be more relaxed versus being trying to catch up to life or friends and trying to live a social life or something like that. These little things that I guess you could say that I'm a little bit more selfish in a nice way with myself, with my time, with what I want to do. Um, and it makes me feel better about myself. Before I was just like, oh, I'm an MMA fighter. Now it's like I love to be an MMA fighter. I enjoy this. So I guess that came with 30. I know it sounds cliche, but I guess turning 30 was something nice in a weird way.
What about fighting in Vegas? Is this your first time fighting in Vegas?
No, actually, last time I fought in Vegas was for an amateur show, the biggest amateur show I think in the nation. It's called Tough Enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big. I was fighting for a middleweight title, the first time I ever made, or second time I ever made middleweight. Um, and it was a big show. I was fighting a guy from Utah or something. So this is my last amateur fight against someone from a different state, from a decent gym. So that was my first real experience. I broke my hand too. That was my first real experience, and I was in Vegas. So it was. I fought in Vegas. I've coached many times there when I lived in Arizona, my teammates and stuff. So Vegas is very. I'm very known to Vegas. I know how the people could be in the crowd, and I know everyone's there to just have a good, not a long time, just a good time.
Did you win that amateur fight?
I did. I did. I
So
did.
so Vegas is a little good luck charm for you then.
Yeah, I like Vegas. It's a fight capital. It's where there's many great fights that's happened over there, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped to go back to Vegas.
So talk to me about your opponent. What do you know about him? What were your thoughts when you got the name?
So um, I I knew him from his first PFL fight against and heavyweight against Juan Adams. That's the first time I saw him, and then when they gave me the name, I had to do a little research, and then I put two and two together. I was like, oh, that's the guy that fought against the heavyweight Juan Adams, and I thought in that fight he was fairly small. Obviously, a heavyweight's not. I don't think it's is his weight class. Maybe he fights there back at home, but against the top notch guys, those guys are big and heavy. So I noticed that he was a smaller heavyweight, which probably makes him a bigger size light heavyweight. Um, I know he'll probably have to cut weight. If he was weighing 240, 250, going down to 205 is not a. I mean, it's doable, it's possible, but I know it's poking at him. Unlike me, I'm making 205 after every practice, and then I bulk up. By nighttime I'm 210, I'm 212, 215, and then I get back down to 205. It's been like this for about 7 weeks, so I know he'll have to cut some weight. I know he's from that region area where it's like, the infamous Mark Hunt, the Tai Tuivasa, the big hooks. They like to throw big hooks, the big boned guys. You know what I mean? So I know he's gonna probably have some power and some some fast energy. Um, but yeah, uh I think it's I don't really have too much on him. Oh, sorry about that.
It's okay.
My bad. But I don't really have too much info on him because he doesn't have too much online, but I just been worried about myself really, about what I want to do and my game plan. Obviously I'm the wrestler that's gonna take you down, and that's how everyone's gonna see my fights, and that's how my fights usually play out if I'm not kicking you in the head. Um, but yeah, I'm sure he's gonna bring the heat. He wants to win $1 million too. Um, just came off a loss, so let's see what happens.
I guess my last question for you, if you are looking ahead, I know some people don't like to look too far ahead, but is there somebody on the bracket that you're really excited to fight or somebody that you're really looking forward to hope that you get matched up with?
Um, I got like a handful of teammates on there again. Obviously I don't look forward to fighting them, but if it does have to happen, you know, it's gonna happen. It's business. We've already all talked about it. Um, Now as someone I'm looking forward to be honest, I don't really, I haven't thought about it like that. Um, Obviously, there's just like a handful of guys that aren't my teammates. It's like the Irish guy, Rob, the champ, and some like a Russian guy, then Hamlet, which I fought. I think if it did come down to it, fighting Rob would be like a pretty good fight, I think. But obviously, I'm rooting on my buddy Thiago Santos to knock him out. Um, and so I guess if it did come down to it, maybe I would like to fight one of my teammates at the end of it all. Just so we could clash again and have a good laugh at it, a good laugh afterwards. Just say, hey, we all did what we could and we fought again at the end. At least we fought for $1 million. So whoever which teammate that would be, you know, just to throw some spice in the conversation.
That's awesome. It sounds like maybe there'd be a little bit of fun if there could be fun in a fight. I mean, it feels like it would be more playful, I think, than if it
Yeah,
than anything.
yeah. I mean, with my experience of fighting my teammate last time, um, I I I think that's the part that kind of missed. I was missing because I was so serious. I was having a little bit more fun, being a little bit more loose, enjoying the moment. Um, when I fought Omari, maybe I was just too in my head, or I'm not sure. It's an experience that I learned from. But next time around, there's definitely gonna be you're definitely gonna see a fighter that's not scared to get tired. That's the best way I could put it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a
Appreciate
good
it.
day. I'll see you
You too.
soon.
See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.